CNBC TV18, and today it is official. The central government has decided to bring in what it claims is a new dawn for debt-trapped power discoms. The existing debt burden will now be broken into two parts. State governments will take over 75% of the outstanding amount, which can subsequently be converted into state-backed bonds. The remaining 25% will remain with discoms, and they also have the option of converting this debt into bonds. Anshu Sharma, who has been tracking this story for the last several weeks now, and of course has been right on top of it, spoke with the Power Minister Piyush Goyal to get us more details.
It's a historic day for the power sector with the approval of Uday, Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana by the Union Cabinet under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. We are seeing a clear roadmap to sort the problems of Discom out within the next between 2 and 3 years. Most of the states will become in profits in the black within the next 2 years. 2 or 3 states may take 1 year or 2 years more. We are very confident that this Uday Yojana, which ensures a resolution of the current crisis, which draws up a roadmap over the next 2 or 3 years, which will help to bring down the losses of the discoms to zero and provide a hard budget constraint to ensure these discoms never have the ability to park their losses outside the state's balance sheet, will in a holistic manner address this problem for posterity.
How will the bonds work for these states? In the past also we have seen a financial restructuring plan, but it never worked for the discoms turnaround.
In the past, none of the schemes had provided a hard budget constraint, which is a first for this scheme. Uday also involves an agreement between the states, the discoms and the Ministry of Power central government, where obligations and commitments of the states, the discoms and the central government are well laid out in consultation and with the agreement of the states. It's a bottom-up approach, not a top-down approach. The states will be assisted and hand-holded to bring down the costs of power by improvements in their distribution and sub-transmission network, reducing the cost of power through coal rationalization, helping energy efficiency in the states, and finally bringing down their interest costs substantially. All of these measures we believe will reduce their losses to zero, and with the constraints on further bank lending and the compulsion to address the issue of losses through state budgets in the future, we are very confident that together the states and centre will ensure that in the future no state discom is allowed to slide the way it has in the past. Thanks.
But what are the penalties and how capital
The penalties are inbuilt because the losses will have to be accounted for in the state budget. That itself will be a penalty which the states have all recognized. In fact, you'll be happy to know that it was some of the states which suggested this proposal that to be brought into the budget, into the cabinet approval, particularly considering the fact that, take the case of Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje left behind a very strong power sector in 2008. 8 to 13 that discoms in the state completely went out of control, berserk with added 55,000 losses. And in 2013, the people voted her back based on the poor performance of the earlier government and gave her 163 seats in the 200-seat legislature. But now she has inherited this huge problem. So the states have themselves suggested a stop to any ability of any government to play with the people's wealth.
What is the timeline for the tripartite agreement with the states, and how many states are on board?
This is an optional scheme. All states are welcome to join in. I would urge all states to look at it in the holistic fashion and see the great benefits that the central government is providing to the states. And I'm quite confident in the coming months, all the states will agree with us and come on board.